The 10th New Zealand election took place on the 7th of September for the Maori election and the 26th of September for the general election 1887. Robert Stout's term didn't go so well. New Zealand's long depression happened under his watch in 1885 and wouldn't go away until 1900. In the 1880s and 1890s, fewer new settlers arrived and people began to leave. Most went to Australia, where marvellous Melbourne experienced a boom in the 1880s. The proportion of the non-Maori population who were born overseas went from a half to under a third. New Zealand lost its status as an immigrant nation. And just when people thought it couldn't get worse, on the 10th of June, 1886, at 2 a.m., Mount Tarawera erupted, killing 120 people, and on top of that, the eruption triggered many earthquakes across the country. The Representation Act 1887 had major implications for the procedure of revising electoral boundaries. The revision task was transferred from committees formed by MPs to a permanent representation commission. The Act specified that the country quota of 18% be applied to all designated districts that excluded boroughs with a population above 2,000 people, and that all electorates were to have the same nominal population within a tolerance of 750 people. On the other side, Henry Atkinson and the Conservatives used all the failures of the Stout-Vogelites to their favour and convinced many voters to come back to their side. Because of the government's instability and having the Long Depression on their hands, it seemed that Stouts would lose this election, and this time Atkinson would win by a landslide. And here are the results. Henry Atkinson easily won, once again serving as the 10th Prime Minister of New Zealand. He received 52 seats in Parliament. Robert Stout just received 34 seats in Parliament. There were 9 independent MPs this election. And a fun fact, Henry Atkinson would be the only right-wing Prime Minister between 1884 and 1912 in New Zealand, and the only Conservative Party Prime Minister New Zealand ever had. This was the last election where formal official political parties weren't a thing, and it was the last election without a proper electoral map. I'll see you for the next election. Bye. I've passion and fervour and grace. From Ovid and Horace to Swinburne and Morris, they all of them take a back place. Then I sing and I play and I paint, though none are accomplished as I. To say so were treason, you ask me the reason. No, I did. Oh, I thought you did.